that you try, baby, the further you'll fall. Even with all the money in the whole wide world, please, please, please don't pass me. Please, please, please don't pass me. Please, please, please don't pass me by. Everything you know about me now, baby, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna call it by a brand new name. Ooh, please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down. Just like a tree down by the water, baby, I shall not move. Even after all the silly things you do. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down.
Something like a bird within her sing. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you. Snow and rain. Same sweet song again, will you know why? Anyone who sings a tune so sweet is passing by. Laugh in the sunshine, sing, cry in the dark, fly through the night. something like a bird within her sang. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you snow and rain.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California. It's time for more Lincoln Potters baseball. Mark the Phantom Low here with Riley the engineer. Stones McCoy is over on 6th Street washing the family automobile, so he'll be back a little bit later. But we've got the Lincoln Potters with a third of a three-game series against the Novato Knicks. The honor guard just coming off the field for Memorial Day, and it's going to be a great one. We had a great first pitch. More about that in a second. It's Eric Vassar on the mound for the Potters as they look to sweep this opening series against a very tough, a very pesky Novato Knicks ball club. The game on Friday night, 10-3. The Potters broke it open late, and then yesterday a 7-3 win as well behind Will Yeary. The winning pitcher, Jake Morrell, was our winning pitcher on Friday. The big blow yesterday, our player of the game, Tristan Russell, with a 3-run home run. So it is Eric Vassar, the right-hander out of Jessup University, on the mound for the Potters in this one. And let's look at the lineup he will be facing for the Novato Knicks. There's Caleb Ford. We've seen him every game this weekend. Troy Rizzo making his first appearance at DH. Evan Mertz batting third. Adrian Ruiz back in the lineup hitting cleanup. John Holtz, the catcher, seventh, and Nicholas O'Rourke and Trenton Ford rounding it out today. Ryan Shimabukuro is the starting pitcher for the Novato Knicks, looking for their first win of the season. Eric Vassar, as we said, for the Potters. Willie Preston working away on the PA to my right. To my left, of course, Carson, the intern coordinator. And his we got a couple of interns, obviously. Lucas and Brandon up here on the field today. Lux, the new intern, is going to be doing the emceeing. Sydney, who did it yesterday, and Jocelyn already down there. So I know 5 interns, trying to learn more interns. I know 5. We do have some name changes. Brandon will now be known as Voldemort. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. And Lucas, I talked to Lucas about it. I said, do people ever call you Luke? He says, my mom does. And I said, do you get sick of being called Luke Skywalker? And he said, no one's ever called me that. I could, even Riley has to say, what? So I think we've settled on Luke, and I like it. So Luke, the intern, he's the Point Street guy, and Carson, the intern coordinator, is running the TrackMan, which is invaluable to us, finding out velocity of pitches and spin and all of that kind of mumbo-jumbo that I don't understand. But stuff I do understand is Eric Vassar stepping up to the rubber and facing Caleb Ford, who's 2 for 8 on the series so far. The shortstop for the Knicks coming to us out of Cal State Monterey Bay. And the first pitch is a fastball, and yesterday we learned Cal State Monterey Bay, known as the Otters, which I think is tremendous. 0-1 on Caleb Ford, Troy Rizzo, and Evan Mertz to follow as we are getting going. A crowd still filing in here on a Memorial Day. And that pitch is also in there for a strike from Eric Vassar. Good crowd out here, including the great Brock Raggets, who's in the stands today. Former Potter pitcher turned pitching coach, and now the pitching coach and maybe assistant coach over at William Jessup, a tremendous program, national championship. In the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caleb Ford. Brock Raggets, the old idiom, if you can't get anybody out as a pitcher, become a pitching coach. And he became a very good one, so it worked out very well for him. And he will be, we'll get him on a pregame here one of these days. Just a great Potter legend. That one just misses outside, 2-2. An unofficial mayor of Lincoln, Ray Garcia, making his way over. I think we've got some former Potters sitting up down to our right below Willie Preston's window over there. Nolan Thebe, one of them. There's a swing and a miss. And we've got a strikeout of Caleb Ford to start it off here in the top of inning number 1. 93 miles an hour, according to Carson's TrackMan over there. Troy Rizzo making his first appearance of the series, the left-handed hitter. Coming to us out of the College of Marin. He is the DH for the Novato Knicks today. He pops that one up on the left side. Shortstop, it looks like it's Diome, and he'll make the play for the out. And Riley, that reminds me that I neglected to tell you to please put the defensive alignment for the Potters up. There it is. Aiden Chang out in left field today. Brian Williams Jr. back in center. Tyler Russell in right. It's Jason Hansen, the famous Jason Hansen at third base. Aiden Diome at short. Jake Lavin back at second. Ty McGraw at first. Ryan Villanueva for the second game in a row behind the plate. And Eric Vassar on the mound. Thank you, Riley. And we are 2 outs here. And Mertz, who's 2 for 6 on the series, takes a fastball right down the middle from Vassar. Once again, 93 miles an hour. Adrian Ruiz in the on-deck circle, hitting in the cleanup spot for the Novato Knicks. hits that one down the left field line out of play. Now the Knicks listed as their coach Kim, Williams. I know Ryan Cooney is the general manager. I don't know if the coaches, there's two coaches, one named Kim and one named Williams, or if it's William Kim or if it's Kim Williams. But whoever it is, I want to mention him because we always enjoy having the Knicks in. Do it every preseason, sometimes every opening series. Fastball is high. 1-2 to Evan Mertz. Mertz out of Sonoma State University. Seawolves, Riley. The Seawolves. They used to be the Cossacks, which I really liked. And I it was offending Russian people or something. Swing and a miss. Gonna have to throw it down to first base. Villanueva. There was a bullet down there. Good first inning for Eric Vassar. We go to the bottom of the first. Knicks nothing. Potters coming to bat.
This job is the Esplanade Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so meeting the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Welcome back to McBean Stadium, bottom of inning number 1. Stones McCoy is not washing the family vehicle. Stones McCoy is wandering around. And we said, how come you didn't go do what you said you're going to do? He says, there's a lot of people out there. I'd like to talk to him. And he also had a beer in his hand. So that's what we got going there. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. And it is Ryan Shimabukuro, the pitcher out of Chaminade University. The left-hander delivers down low for a ball. Riley, let's take a look at the lineup that Ryan will be facing here. Brian Williams is starting us off. Aiden Diome has been very impressive the first couple of games at shortstop, the youngster. Ty McGraw, Jason Hansen, the famous Jason Hansen home run. We'll revisit that a couple 100 times. He's batting 4th. Lavin hitting 5th for the Potters. Also, Tristan Russell, yesterday's player of the game. Ryan Villanueva, Aiden Chang, and batting 9th, Tyler Russell for the Potters. Williams 2 for 8 so far on the season. Pops that one up. Coming in the first baseman, that's Lencioni keeping a follow, and again, that's going to drop with nobody touching it, and Williams has himself hit. That is, by my count, the 3rd pop-up in the infield, maybe the 4th that has dropped in this series. So if you hit the ball straight up, the rule is just keep running because good things might happen. Lencioni at first base was following that one, but it ended up behind the pitcher's mound, so it might have been a ball for one of the middle infielders. Brings up Aiden Diome, and after this pitch, Riley will put up the defensive alignment for the Novato Knicks. Diome 3 for 8 with a couple of runs batted in, a couple of runs scored out of Roseville, California, West Park High School. Left-handed hitter playing at shortstop today. There goes Williams, and it's fastball. It was right. It looked like it was right down the middle, but the catcher got out of the way so he could get ready to throw the ball, and the ball goes back to the backstop. Williams will get a stolen base, and I think it was called a ball, although it looked to be right down the middle. But catcher John Holtz was getting into position to throw the ball to second base. Williams took off at the first movement of Shimabukuro on the mound. So 1 ball and no strikes. We said Aiden with 2 runs batted in on the season. Takes in the dirt. Good block, but Williams is taken off. And he is in at third with a wild pitch. Let's look at that defensive alignment, Riley, if we can. Mertz is in left. Ruiz back in center, O'Rourke in right. Trenton Ford left, third base. Caleb Ford, shortstop. Shabastari at second base. He started on Friday. Vinny Lencioni was an outfielder early in the series. John Holtz behind the plate, and Jimmy Bakuro is on the mound. Thank you, Riley. It is 2-0 to Aiden Diome. That's a great combination. A big snow cone and a cowboy hat. I love that. Diome hits a sharp ball up the middle, base hit center field. Fourth hit of the series for Aiden Diome, his third run batted in, and the Potters take a quick 1-0 lead here. On 2 hits, actually. It's tough calling that pop-up a hit, but nobody even came close to touching it. And here's Ty McGraw. Ty has been very effective so far. 4 for 7 on the season, on the series so far. 2 hits in each game. He has driven in 1 run, but he has scored 4 runs. And I don't see Mom Tracy. She was here yesterday. There goes the runner, and a breaking ball. The throw to second base will not be in time. And the Potters starting the stolen base machine going. They've got 2 already. And McGraw takes called a strike on the scoreboard. Riley says it's a strike 2. Okay, fair enough. McGraw out of Gardendale, Alabama. That one is outside for a ball. Reportedly, there is a group of Tracy McGraw's people in Gardendale, Alabama that are tuning in as we take a look down the third base line. And I don't mean to get off that, but I see Piper. And Piper and I had a contentious relationship yesterday with the new brightly colored Piper. Still, the jury is still out, although I get mostly positive responses from people. There goes the runner. The pitch is popped up, and he's going to have to turn around and go back as it's in the short left center field. The center fielder comes in. That's Ruiz. He'll make the catch, and it was up there long enough for Diome to go back to second base because he was already at third base. And McGraw is retired on a fly ball to center field. And here is Jason Hanson, the legendary Jason Hanson, who came off the bench last August and capped off a 8-run rally with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th as the Potters beat Healdsburg in the first game of the PEL series. A 3-run homer over that left field fence right there. And frankly, Riley and I were just sitting here and our jaws dropped open when he did it. All done with 2 outs. And he takes a strike. And I guess the umpire doesn't know who he is. So that's all I can say. I mean, it's so disrespectful to call a strike on Jason Hanson like that. Out of UC Davis, Roseville, California. Not UC Davis, not in Roseville. He's from Roseville, then he went to UC Davis. It's a ground ball down to third base, scooped up by Trenton Ford across the diamond, and they'll get Jason by a step at first base. Forced to stay at second was Aiden Diome. And so Jimmy Bakuro comes in with 2 straight outs and a fly out and a ground out, and that'll bring up Jake Lavin. Left-handed hitting second baseman, 4 for 8 so far with 4 runs batted in the series. He had a big 3-run double in the 8th inning on Friday night to help break that one open and give the Potters their first win of the season. So Lavin up here with Diome at second base. Caleb Ford behind Diome at second, trying to keep him close. There's a ball in the dirt blocked by John Holtz, who's already been very busy behind the plate. 1-0 on Jake from Laguna Beach, California. And I have not got a new roster, so he's still listed as 29 years old. And Riley loves that. Hits that ball sharply to first base, through the first baseman's glove into right field, a base hit. Here comes the run to the plate. The throw is cut off, and it's an RBI single for Lavin. Scoring from second, Aiden Diome, and the Potters lead it 2-0. Great try by Lencioni over there with a dive to his right, but the sharply hit ball underneath the glove, and Lavin picks up RBI number 5 on the season. Probably the wisdom from his 29 years, I guess, huh, Riley? He knew where the ball was going to be pitched. Here's Tristan Russell, who was yesterday, if you heard the post game, which I hope you did, he said he woke up in the morning and said, I'm going to hit a home run. And he didn't keep it to himself. He told other people, which is leaving yourself open in case it doesn't happen. And then he delivered a 3-run bomb in the 4th inning. the big hit in the Potters win over the Knicks yesterday. There goes the runner. The pitch is a breaking ball. Beautiful pitch. It's in there for a strike. The throw is going to be way too late. That's the third stolen base for the Potters here in the inning, and mostly off Shimabukuro, who has a very long motion. Doesn't have any stats for Ryan up here, but he's a taller gentleman. Gangly, I would call him. Kind of like Riley, really. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball toward the back foot there. 0-2 on Tristan Russell, who's 2 for 9 with the home run and 3 runs batted in the first 2 games of the season. Tristan coming to us from Cypress, Texas. And Lavin was halfway to third base, and they called off. Shimabukuro said, step off the rubber, which he did, and Jake has to return. Shibastari trying to hold him on, the second baseman, that leaving a pretty big hole there on the right side. Swing and a miss. Good at bat, or good pitching by Shimabukuro against Tristan Russell, but the Potters scored twice in the first. We'll go to the second. They lead it 2-0.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
Five Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open...
Top of inning number 2, Eric Vassar back out on the mound for the Potters. Now with a 2-run lead, he'll face Adrian Ruiz, Vinny Lencioni, and Max Shebasteri. 4, 5, and 6 for the Novato Knicks. 2 strikeouts for Vassar in the first inning, which he reached 93 miles an hour. Eric working from the stretch against Ruiz, who's 2 for 5 in the series so far. First pitch is swung on and missed. Great crowd out here on a Memorial Day Monday. Like I said yesterday, it's hard to tell how many people are here because there's so many people at all the vendors. The Fat Cat down the third base line. Sabores de Mexico down the third base line. Obviously the Brick and Barrel Backyard down the first base line. There's a line drive over the shortstop's head into left center field. That is a base hit for Adrian Ruiz, his 3rd hit of the series. First hit for the Knicks here in game number 3, and that will bring up Vinny Lencioni in a good time to mention. I was going to mention earlier, but I didn't. Our first pitch today on Memorial Day was thrown out by Stock Cortez. Stock Cortez was born in January of 1923. He's a World War II veteran, was in the jungles of Burma as a radio operator, pitched for the Hiller Hornets in the 50s, and he came out here and threw the first pitch, 102 years old. Absolutely incredible. A great moment before the game, and Willie Preston did it right, describing it for everybody, setting the stage, and Stock was out there in the wheelchair throwing the first pitch, and quality better than the one I threw last year. There's a runner going to throw to second base. It's just a little bit too late. Did he get him off the bag? He did. Slid over the back, did Ruiz. Staying with the tag was the shortstop, Diome. And Ruiz is out, and he has a word. He actually stole the base, and then he was tagged out by Diome, who stayed with it, and Ruiz just kept on going. Umpire right in the right position. 3 umpires today, and right in the right position to make the call, and he did. There's a little dribbler. Third baseman will cut it off. That's Jason Hansen to first base for the out. So Lencioni is retired on a ground ball down to Jason Hansen. Brings up Max Chevesteri, the second baseman. Comes out of Sonoma State University, and he is 1 for 5 so far in the 2 games we've played. Both won by the Potters, 10-3 and 7-3. Both teams in yesterday's game. Knicks only had 5 hits in Friday night, but they had 12 hits yesterday. Only managed to put it together 3 runs. Vassar delivers a ball. Keeping the velocity up there, 92 according to the track band, commanded by Carson, the intern coordinator. That one just misses again, 2-0. So Stock Cortez, 102 years old. The jungles of Burma were not a great place to get radio reception. Riley, I know you have some problems sometimes with the internet here. You don't want to be in the jungles of Burma. 3-0 on Chevesteri. John Holtz, the catcher, would be next. Ball 4 to Chevesteri, who takes the base on balls. So 1 on, 2 outs, and John Holtz will be the batter. The catcher is just been designated today's Dueling Dogs batter of the game, which is very important designation because that means Willie gets to play his dog barking tapes, and hopefully Stones McCoy won't start doing his dog impersonations because they are brutal, absolutely brutal. For a guy who had 2 dogs in the house for a long time, no idea what a dog sounds like. Even Riley says that. So if Holtz strikes out, that's half off Dueling Dogs right down, as I mentioned, the Brick and Barrel backyard, down the first base line. 0-1 on Holtz. Nicholas O'Rourke will follow John Holtz. Holtz currently in the transfer portal, looking for a new home, and it's 0-1. Breaking ball's lined up right to Diome. Makes the catch in the air for the out. So no strikeout, but an out. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Potters still on top, 2-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
President of Placer County Association of Realtors, store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps to keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time. Felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Welcome back to McBean Stadium. Bottom of the second inning here. Third game between the Potters and the Novato Knicks. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer. Stones McCoy was supposed to go wash the truck, but he is somewhere in the stadium, which is given rise to our new game that Riley and I are devising. It's called Where in the Stadium is Stones, or Stones in the Stadium. We're going to try to put him in there. It's kind of a Where's Waldo thing. It's still under construction, but we have high hopes for it anyway. Ryan Villanueva is the first hitter, then Aiden Chang and Tyler Russell, 7, 8, and 9 for the Potters, who lead this one 2-0. So it's Ryan Chimabukuro against Ryan Villanueva, and Riley thinks that is hysterical. Ryan against Ryan. And the first pitch is outside. Maybe the umpire's name is also Ryan. The catcher's name is John, so I can't help you there, Riley. I know that you find this to be incredibly entertaining. Breaking ball, good-looking pitch right there. The off-speed working for Shimabukuro early in this one. He gets the strike call there and evens the count up against a likewise named Ryan Villanueva. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's chopped foul down the first base line over toward the Potters on-deck circle, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We got to get somebody. I'm looking down at the VIP. It's not full today. It needs to be full because the new seats, they've added, permanent seats in the VIP area. And that is called strike 3. So second straight strikeout for Ryan Shimabukuro. This one on a call third, and that'll bring up Aiden Chang, who played in Friday night's game, was 2 for 4. Out of Mount Marty University, we found that they are the Lancers. He's originally from Roseville, California. Aiden Chang, 2 for 4 and an RBI on Friday. And he's up here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Pops that one up out of play. So usually you got the chairs and tables down there in the VIP area, and now you've got some permanent seats if you want to just kind of take a load off and sit down and watch the game. And so we got to get Jones down there and check that out because I want to get people to what I consider to be the last seat in the house, which is right on the end of that row by the right field foul pole. There's a line drive over to the grassy knoll, people diving away. Hopefully didn't contact anybody over there. And it is quickly 0-2 on Aiden Chang. Aiden trying to match the tempo of the off-speed pitch. We got out ahead of it, and that one is going to hit him. And the only bright side of that one is an off-speed pitch. I don't think it hurt too much, 71 miles an hour. If you're going to get hit with a 71-mile-an-hour pitch. I know that sounds really fast, Riley, but in baseball, it's not. Riley, take a look at that snow cone. That thing is monstrous. It looks like it's pumpkin flavor to me. It looked like a pumpkin that was cut out. It's a pumpkin snow cone. I have not seen that particular vintage before. Tyler Russell hits it sharply up the middle. That's a base hit. Russell with his second hit of the season. Right back up the middle. 4th hit for the Potters. And with runners at first and second and 1 out, here is the top of the order again, Brian Williams Jr., who hit a, 200-foot pop-up, 200 feet straight in the air. It landed behind the pitcher's mound, and no one caught it, so he got himself a base hit, his 3rd of the season. Back in the first inning, scored a run after stealing a base, which I get the feeling he does a lot. And the Potters have already stolen 3 bases in this game up till now. Williams hits it high up in the air. Hits it pretty deep. Moving back is Mertz, and then he rounds up on it and make the catch in medium deep left field for the second out. Didn't quite have the right sound to go much further, and that'll bring up Aiden Diome. The shortstop out of West Park High School singled his first time up. He's now 4 for 9 on the season. Picked up an RBI, his 3rd, as he drove in Brian Williams. He has 2 runners on now, but with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. So a left-hander against left-hander situation. Diome takes in the dirt, blocked by Holtz. With the left-handed batter at the plate, Caleb Ford, the shortstop, can afford to play a little bit closer to second base and try to keep the base runner, Aiden Chang, from getting too big of a jump. Time called by Holtz. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Potter scored twice in the bottom of the first inning. A Diome single, RBI single, and a Jake Lavin RBI single. Lavin picked up his 5th run batted in of the young season on his 5th base hit of the young season. So it's 1 ball and no strikes to Diome. Chang at second, Tyler Russell over at first. Nice looking pitch in there. Simukuro with the breaking ball is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Evens the count up, 1 ball and 1 strike. Potter's off tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday night. First pitch 6:35 against the South Bay Storm. There goes the runners. The pitch is outside. The throw to third will not be in time. Chang steals third. Russell takes second. Pitch called a ball. Yes, it is 2 balls and 1 strike. So Aiden with a couple of RBI opportunities out there. Ty McGraw waits on deck. Misses outside. 3-1 on Diome. Next weekend, it's the California Red Tails coming in on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday is supposed to be pretty warm, so might be adjusting some start times. Right now it's scheduled at, there's a wild pitch, bounces over the catcher, and coming in from third on ball 4 is Aiden Chang. Just hit right out in front of the plate and popped over Holtz. Scoring is Chang, going to third, Tyler Russell. And now Ty McGraw will be our hitter. 7:05 on Friday night, supposedly is the start time. 6:05 on Saturday because it's a fireworks night. And it's Disney night, too. It's a great night. But it's going to be a warm as well, so keep your eyes open, your ears open. Check your social medias, etc. See if maybe the start time has moved back, and they're going to pick the runner off first base. And he could have made it to second, and now they're going to go to the plate. The throw's offline. The tag is, it looked like he missed the tag, but he's out at the plate. A nice play by John Holtz to put the tag on a sliding Tyler Russell. So the Potters score 1 in the second, and in a massive confusion, the third out is recorded. We'll go to the third with the Potters on top by 3.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative crafting mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Top of inning number 3, Eric Vassar out to work it for the Potters. He's allowed 1 hit and struck out 2 in the first 2 innings. He'll face the number 8 hitter Nicholas O'Rourke, then number 9 Trenton Ford, and in the top of the order, that is Caleb Ford. O'Rourke 1 for 4 in the series so far out of Los Medanos College. Right-handed hitter up against Eric Vassar, and he hits it out in the air to right field. Tyler Russell is camped underneath it, and he will make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Potters in the top of the third, and that'll bring up Trenton Ford playing at third base. 1 for 2 so far this weekend, and Trenton comes to us from Santa Rosa Junior College. Tremendous baseball program up there, the Bear Cubs. A perennial contender for NorCal and state honors. Ford bunts it, a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Picked up by Hanson, but the throw is too late. It's underneath the glove over first base of McGraw, but Lavin's right there to back it up. But we've got a bunt base hit for Trenton Ford, perfectly placed, and he'll be at first base with 1 out. Second hit against Eric Vassar. Here's Caleb Ford, who struck out to start off the game out of Cal State Monterey Bay. Throw over to first base is not in time. The Otters of Monterey Bay, and that's a perfectly matched name to the area, Riley. I know yesterday you guessed Stingrays. That was not bad. And then I think you went with Seals. Seals, I don't know. That's sharply hit into right center field, giving chase is Brian Williams. He gets there in plenty of time. And he's going to throw back to first to try to double the runner off and just missed getting him at first base. What a play. Nice scoop by McGraw over there. But Williams not only got to the ball quickly, but didn't uncork a beautiful throw to first base and almost doubled the runner off. So Ford hit it hard, but Williams underneath it. For the second out, and Troy Rizzo will be the hitter. The designated hitter made his first appearance back in the first inning, popped out to shortstop. First pitch in the dirt, nice block behind the plate by Villanueva. It looks like it's early yet, but Brian Williams Jr. might be, joining the ranks of great center fielders that we've had over the years here with Jeffrey David and Lorenzo Debrec and all kinds of, Billy Rockefeller. Just too many to name. They're all great. Brian ran that one down quite easily on a ball that I thought might be trouble from up here. Rizzo from the College of Marin, left-handed hitter. Takes a fastball. It's a little bit outside. That's at 91 from Eric Vassar, who's touched 93 a couple times in this game, working on his third inning out of William Jessup University and Carmichael, California. Lovely country over there, Carmichael, California. Oh, beautiful pitch. A slider in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Troy Rizzo. 2 outs here in the third. Ford with a perfect bunt single down at first base. Fastball got the call, strike 2. That one was pretty swift, listed at 91. Big snow cone day today, Riley. I know you love the snow cones. We're getting a lot of snow cones. I didn't get a lot, obviously, the first night, but yesterday not a lot, but today. Especially, I think the guy got the pumpkin one. That's in the dirt. Great block again by Villanueva. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I think the pumpkin guy motivated everybody, and they all said, hey, that guy got a pumpkin. And it is a pumpkin. It didn't look like just orange. It looked like a pumpkin. 3-2 runners will be going with 2 outs here. Here's the pitch. It's fouled out of play. Off speed from Vassar. Can't get over. Stocka Cortez, 102 years old, coming out for the first pitch. I mean, he was pitching in minor leagues or whatever that was, semi-pro league, before I was even born, Riley. Me. Fastball, call, strike 3. Vassar gets his third strikeout to end the third inning. We'll go, or end the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Potters on top 3-0.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Bottom of inning number 3, Ty McGraw will lead us off. He'll be followed by Jason Hansen, then Jake Lavin for the Potters, who lead it 3-0, 2 in the first and 1 in the second off Ryan Jimabukuro, who is out on the mound for his third inning of work. Potters managed by Eli Garcia, assisted by Tyler Malone, Casey DeMello, our pitching coach Nick Kajowski. Our trainer this year, Cheyenne Varga, taking over for Emma, who was here for many years. First pitch was fouled off by Ty McGraw. He flied to center field his first time up, so Ty 0 for 1 in this one, 4 for 8 on the weekend with 4 runs scored. Takes down low in the dirt, 1-1. John Holtz very active behind the plate for the Knicks. That is ball 2. The Knicks, after today, it looks like they're going to go up and visit the Humboldt Crabs on the 30th of May. So they'll be up in Humboldt for the 30th and the 31st and the 1st. Evens it up at 2-2. So a couple days off for Nevada, then they make the trip up to Humboldt. Great spot up there. I've often wanted to travel up for that series. Potters play the Crabs. Now they're in the same league, the Pacific Empire League, so they'll be making a trip up there. I might have to tag along on that one. You want to go, Riley? And we'll see about that. It's either you or Stone. I don't know if we can take Stones. I don't know if he's allowed up there, that part of the country, in the Humboldt area. It's not a good combination. Full count coming up to Ty McGraw, opening up the bottom of the third here at McBean Stadium. McGraw hits it sharply down to first base, knocked down by Lencioni. He'll do it himself and make the play. So one down here in the third, and Jason Hansen, the famous Jason Hansen, out of Roseville and UC Davis, and the walk-off home run hitter. I got to say it again, Riley. It happened last year. It's the playoffs. Game 1, we're losing like 12-5 to Healdsburg in the ninth inning, 2 on, 2 out, and all of a sudden, hit, walk. Hansen comes up, pinch hitter. I believe he pinch hit for Zach Chamiso, your favorite player. Comes up, a 3-run homer, and they win the game 13-12. Incredible. I shall not forget it. And I forget most everything. So, you know. When I saw that he was in the lineup, I said, is this the same Jason Hansen? Are they playing tricks on me? You know. 1 ball, 1 strike. He grounded to third his first time up. Breaking balls hit into the hole, knocked down at third. Beautiful play by Ford over to first, and the throw gets by. I think he's off the bag anyway. It's going to be an infield single for Hansen, but what a play over there by Trenton Ford. Went to his left, dove to his left, got out through to first base. Lencioni tried to do the big stretch. I think his foot came off the bag anyway, but he couldn't handle the ball cleanly. So it's a hit for Hansen, the 5th hit for the Potters. And Jake Lavin, who has one of the previous 4, will come up to the plate. Comes to us from Laguna Beach. Swinging a hot bat so far. 5 for 9 on the season with 5 runs batted in is Jake. Played left field, and he is playing second base in this one. Potters have been running, so Shimabukuro goes over to first base to try to keep Jason Hansen close. Inside for a ball. The great Jordan Georgeson is in the building. I don't know if we mentioned that. Former Potters intern, now a writer for the Gold Country Media, and an award-winning writer, so congratulations to Jordan on that. I don't know the name of the competition, but he won a couple of awards. So tremendous story. Back in 21, he's a Potters intern. There's a check swing. I say he went around. Let's ask. Yes, he did. So it's 1-1. So Jordan is back after a little vacation, and he's taking some pictures. Probably write some sort of story. Not about me, so really, I don't know. I'll probably read it anyway. Maybe it'll be about Riley. Riley the engineer. Lavin shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It's inside. 2-1 now on Jake. So anyway, Jordan is walking around. He always likes to walk around with that camera around his neck and just say, press, and just go anywhere he wants to. Hansen leading at first. Lavin hits that one down the left field line, but it's out of play. Kids zone, if you've come out here before and haven't come out this year yet, the kids zone that used to be right behind the dugout, third base dugout, has been moved all the way out down the left field line out to the fence area. So we've opened up a little food court there with Fat Cat Catering moving over from their spot last year by the bathrooms. They moved down there, and also Saborum de Mexico and a couple of other. I think the Lincoln Potters stand is down there. Make some mean hot dogs in that one too. So it's a little bit of a food court situation down there. You want to check it out when you come out to the park. Lavin, check swing, call, strike 3. That's the second out, and that's the third strikeout for Shimabukuro. And it'll bring up Tristan Russell. Struck out his first time, hit a 3-run homer in last night's game. 2 for 10 so far is Tristan Russell out of Cypress, Texas. 6-footer, 195. Getting some AC/DC as the walk-up music. Hansen still over at first base. Now 2 outs here in the third. That's a good-looking pitch, and the umpire rewards that with a strike, 0-1. 72 miles an hour, but a perfect position. Sometimes it's location, Riley. It's not speed, it's location. 0-1. Riley's like, I could have hit that. Maybe. I'm not saying you couldn't have, although you just demonstrated your swing for me. I don't know that you would have. Show me that swing again. Let me see it. No, that wasn't that bad, actually. I don't know that you would hit it, but it wasn't that bad. There goes Hansen. Ball's hit high up in the air to left center field. Moving over is Ruiz. And he's going to make the catch about 20 feet in front of the warning track. So 1 hit and nothing else for the Potters in the third. We go to the fourth. They lead at 3-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Moving on to the top of inning number 4 out here at McBean Stadium. Eric Vassar back out on the mound. He'll face Evan Mertz, Adrian Ruiz, and Vinny Lencioni for the Nevada Knicks, 3, 4, and 5 in their batting order. Mertz struck out back in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1, 2 for 7 in the series so far. Comes out of Sonoma State University, playing out in left field for the Knicks. Vassar's first pitch is called strike. I think he said that Mertz went around on that one. So it's a swinging strike, but called a swinging strike. Technically, Riley. He's not buying it. Riley's not buying that at all. That's fouled out of play. We talked about Jordan Jurtson last inning, and of course he shows up in the press box with a hot dog. And, you know, really tired from all the work he's done already. But that's how it goes when you're in the media, you know. Just give the impression that you're doing a lot of stuff. 0-2 pitch, outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ruiz to follow. Potter's playing. Mertz a little bit shaded toward left center field. Medium deep for Evan. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch call, strike 3. So Mertz is down for the second time today on strikes. That'll bring up Adrian Ruiz. The center fielder singled back in the second inning, bringing him to 3 for 6 for the series. He also had an incredible catch on Friday night against Brian Williams. Center field making the catch running away from home plate, and Rob Williams of at least a couple of bases, if not more. We have activity for the Knicks in their bullpen. Right-hander going. There's another slider in there for a strike. We'll endeavor to get that name for you as the Potters bullpen remains quiet for now. Morrell went 5 innings in Friday's game, and starter Will Urey yesterday went 4 innings. Vassar on his 4th inning now, and he gets the second swinging strike from Adrian Ruiz. Adrian also from the College of Marin. Swing and a miss. That's the 3rd batter in a row struck out by Eric Vassar. That'll bring up Vinny Lencioni, who grounded out to 3rd his first time up. Vinny, also from Sonoma State, is 0 for 6, so looking for his first hit of the season. And that one's outside from Eric Vassar. One ball and no strikes. Potter's off tomorrow. Come back here. A Wednesday game, 6:35 first pitch against South Bay Storm. Then an off day on Thursday, a weekend series against the California Red Tails, Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon. Swing and a miss. The Saturday night game was Disney night, also fireworks, so the first pitch scheduled for 6:05. Friday at 7:05. One from Vassar. Slider is outside. Almost got Lencioni to go for it, but he did not offer. It looks like Julian Brennick is the right-hander loosening up for the Knicks out of College of Marin down in the bullpen down the left field line. Vassar's fastball is fouled off to the right side, right over by the Brick and Barrel backyard, too. Handled over there flawlessly, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another great crowd out here. Breaking ball, call strike 3. It's a strikeout inning for Eric Vassar. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Eric and the Potters on top by 3.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Bottom of the fourth inning, new pitcher for the Nevada Knicks is Julian Brennick, number 26. He comes out of College of Marin. So Ryan Shimabukuro goes 3 innings, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs, walks 2, or hit 1, walked 1, and struck out 3. So Brennick will face Ryan Villanueva to start off. So sorry, Riley, the Ryan versus Ryan is gone. It only happened once. And Ryan Shimabukuro won it with a strikeout of Ryan Villanueva. And now Villanueva up here. He was 2 for 4 in his first appearance of the season. That was yesterday with an RBI. And he's up here against Brennick. Takes outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. We're starting the bottom of inning number 4. That's fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aiden Chang and Tyler Russell to follow. 7, 8, and 9 for the Potters here in the bottom of the 4th inning, as they look to try to nail down their 3rd straight win of the season. Swinging a foul ball into the catcher's glove, which counts as a miss these days. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryan. Villanueva out of Brea, California, and Fullerton College. Pops that one up, but it'll get out of play. So it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to think, Rally, of the way we can do, where in the crowd is Stones McCoy. It's a logistical situation. We got to get cameras panning the crowd. But he wanders the crowd anyway, so, we got to put that to use. Villanueva pops that one up again, out of play to our right. We got to go ahead and try to multitask here. We got a guy who wanders around and gets involved with people anyway. Let's monetize that somehow, Let's make that some sort of feature if we can. And then, of course, that'll feed his ego, too. You got to think about that. So put that in the under construction pile. Villanueva rips it down the left field line. Watch out, Grassy Knoll. Watch out, bullpen. Both in foul territory, so it's going to stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jumped all over the off speed, but jumped on it a little bit too quickly. And we'll do it once again. Potters back in action Wednesday. Knicks, as we said, back in action next week. A weekend series against the Humboldt Crabs up in the North Country. 2-2 now to Ryan Villanueva. Swing and a miss. Fouls it into the catcher's glove. Same result. Strikeout of Villanueva. He's 0 for 2, and to bring up Aiden Chang. Aiden was hit by a pitch his first time up, ended up scoring, sold a couple of bases, and scored on a wild pitch. Aiden comes to us from Roseville, California, Mount Marty University, home of the Lancers. I don't know where it is, but I know they're the Lancers. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Brennick. Hits that one foul down the left field line. A lot of jumping on off-speed pitches, but hitting them too far foul. That one ended up down the line in the bullpen again. 0-1 on Aiden Chang with Tyler Russell, the number 9 hitter on deck. Perfect day for a ball game out here at the McBean Stadium. Beautiful weather, not too much wind. Very windy in town this morning, but it kind of died down a little bit. So far, we've not had anything threatening home run distance, and see if the wind would help or hinder it. That's looped down the right field line, foul toward the other bullpen, which there's no activity right now for the Potters, as Eric Vassar has been very effective over the first 4 innings, giving up just 2 hits. He has struck out 6, including 4 in a row, the last 4 hitters he's faced. He hasn't walked anybody, so very effective with his pitches. Swing and a miss. Second straight strikeout for Brennick. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up the number 9 hitter. Ty Russell comes to the plate. Passer has walked 1. He walked Savasteri. So 6 strikeouts and a single walk. And here's Tyler Russell, who singled back in the second inning. Potters with 5 hits on the day, but a couple of strikeouts so far in this 4th inning against Julian Brennick. He misses with the off-speed right there, so it's 1-0. Riley, I want to see another pumpkin snow cone. That was like a one-of-a-kind, though. I don't know if we're ever going to see the likes of that again. Hits it in the left center field. That is down for another base hit for Russell. Ruiz giving chase out there, just couldn't get to it. And Russell is 2 for 2. Now 3 for 9 on the summer. 6th hit for the Potters is the 2nd hit for Tyler Russell. And we'll go to the top of the order for Brian Williams Jr. Williams had the pop-up hitting the back of the mound single back in the first inning and scored, and then he flied to left in the second. And a ball that I thought was hit a little bit deeper than it was. It had a good sound off the bat. It didn't have that sound. And so Brian is 1 for 2. He takes that one for a ball. He's 3 for 10 on the season. I believe he has 3 stolen bases. Williams takes it, and that's in the dirt. Pops up all the way back to the backstop. Russell moves down to second base. Padres getting a lot of free bases here in this one, either with the wild pitches or the stolen bases. And they've brought 3 runs around to score already, but it'd be nice to tack on a couple more here, including one in the bottom of inning number 4. They were held scoreless back in the 3rd. Brennick started off with a couple of strikeouts here in the 4th, and then the Russell single, and he's moved up on that wild pitch. 2-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Brian Williams asking the umpire, just where is the outside corner, sir? Two and 1 on Brian Williams. Williams chops it out to shortstop. Ford has it. Now he bobbles, picks it up. He's not going to get Williams at first. No, he does not. It'll be an error on Caleb Ford. Moving to 3rd was Tyler Russell. First error of the game for the Knicks. And with runners at 1st and 3rd and 2 outs, here's Aiden Diome. One of the more effective, one of the more impressive Potters so far, and also much more because just 17 years old, Aiden Diome out of West Park High School. 4 for 9 on the season, including a single back in the first inning, an RBI single. And he scored a run and walked in the second. And the Knicks are going to get together and talk about it on the mound here, about what they're going to do. Probably the fact that Williams is almost certainly going to take off to second base, even if there wasn't a guy on third. And how are the Knicks going to play that? They've already played it well once back in the first inning. Make that the second inning when they cut down Tyler Russell trying to score on the back end of a double steal. So Brennick squares off against Aiden Dion. Tyler Russell coming down the line at third base. There goes Williams. It's virtually a pitch out. They throw to second base, throw back to the plate. The tag is on, and that's a perfectly executed play. And Russell is out of the plate and looks to be a little bit shaken up as well. And I think Eli Garcia is going to come out, first of all, to check on his banner, and secondly, to say he looked like maybe the plate was being blocked by the catcher before the ball was there. But the umpires will talk that over. It looks like Russell's going to be okay. So we'll call it a throw. Throw out at home plate, a tag out of Tyler Russell. We'll go to the fifth to score Potters 3, Knicks nothing.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
Coming back a little bit early, and we've got a play at the plate under review, as we thought that maybe the catcher had blocked the plate, and I think that is the call. And the coach for the Knicks has been arguing. He has been ejected for arguing, and the Knicks are coming back on the field as the call was made that the catcher, John Holtz, was blocking the plate without the ball before, and the throw came back from shortstop Caleb Ford to tag out Russell at the plate, and that was the call that is going to be made. So the run, I'm assuming, will score, and we do have an ejection over for the Knicks. And going back to second base will be Brian Williams. So he steals second. The steal of home is successful with the overturn. It didn't look like Holtz was set up before the ball got there, but the ball got there. I mean, we're talking about Caleb Ford with his return throw was gunned back to home plate. I didn't think they had enough time to get Russell at the plate, but he gunned it back to home. But Holtz called for blocking the plate, and John had taken all the tools off, so he's got to put everything back on now as we have extended the fourth inning. A run scores. That's an unearned run against Julian Brennick. And Aiden Dion will come back to the plate. The pitch, I think, got lost in the ether. I believe it was a strike, but we'll see. And the umpire now explaining to John Holtz, I think, just what's going on. And the manager, who I thought was ejected, is coming back out. So maybe he wasn't. No. So we're going to have a little more discussion here. So no satisfaction for the Knicks coaching staff on that explanation. So Dion steps back up to the plate. I think it's officially, one ball and no strikes. Williams at second, so he'll probably try to take off for third, although he's being held close by Caleb Ford. Swing and a miss by Dion. So Williams took off for second. The throw went through, and it seemed like it was going to be too late, but Ford, as we said, turned it around with a terrific throw to the plate. Holtz called for blocking the plate, so the call overturned at home plate. Somebody was ejected. I saw the ejection move made by the umpire for the Knicks. So 1-1, they're going to throw it back on Williams. The throw gets away, goes to the center field, and Brian says, I'm taking off for third, dudes. I'll see you later. So that one kind of backfired. It was the right idea to try to get in behind him, but it's going to be an error on the pitcher for the throw, the second error of the inning for the Knicks, and Brian Williams ends up at third. Aiden Dion with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He already has an RBI single in this one. Swings and misses at that one, and Brennick falls down on the mound, but pretty good result. The off-speed pitch at 77. A swing through by Aiden Dion. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dion takes high with a fastball. Williams bluffing down the line at third base. Outfield straight away. Left field kind of shallow against Dion. Center field medium deep. Same in right field with O'Rourke, Ruiz, and Mertz. Dion swings and misses. So Brennick gets 3 strikeouts in the inning eventually, but the Potters score a run. We'll try it again. We're at the top of the 5th. This time Potters lead it 4-0.
This job is Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it. We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so meeting the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Top of inning number 5, Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the Engineer, bringing you the Potters and the Nevada Knicks. Potters on top 4-0 after that disputed run was allowed in the bottom of inning number 4. Max Shabasteri, John Holtz, Nicholas O'Rourke, the first 3 hitters here in the 5th. Now it's the Farmers' 5th inning, so if the first batter is retired, half off Farmers Brewing for people here. But if you want to do that along at home, I did have a guy a couple years ago who says whenever we do a special in the park, he does it at home too. So, you know, if you want to do that, if you have some Farmers Brewing Company or if you have the Dueling Dogs up there and the Dueling Dogs batter strikes out, feel free to go ahead and give yourself 50% off on those particular items. Vassar's first pitch is a little inside for a ball. Shabasteri got a base on balls his first time up. The second baseman 1 for 5 so far in the series. Hits that one high and pretty well to left field. Moving over is Chang, and here comes Williams, and Chang will make the catch. Brian Williams is everywhere out in center field, and Shabasteri flies to left. That means that it's half off Farmers Brewing for the Farmers' 5th inning. John Holtz will be the hitter. So there you go. If you're at home and you got the Farmers beer in the fridge, you go over and give yourself half off on that one. As we move on to John Holtz. Lined out to shortstop his first appearance, and he is the Dueling Dogs batter, coincidentally, here. And again, he disappointed everybody the first time by lining out, or beer drinkers anyway. Vassar misses outside. So it's 1-0, more activity in the Knicks bullpen. Potters finally getting loosening up down there, not really throwing. 1-0 now. Holtz takes down low for a ball. 2 balls and no strike on John. He's in the transfer portal. He's followed by Nicholas O'Rourke, a right fielder. So far, Potter's getting good starting efforts from their pitchers. That's grounded toward first base. Handled by McGraw. Leaves it out there for Vassar. And the out is recorded at first base for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Nicholas O'Rourke. And if you're disappointed about dueling dogs, you still have 50% off Farmers. So you can go ahead and work on your thirst that way. As we have our third batter here in the top of the fifth is Nicholas O'Rourke. Comes to us from Los Medanos College. He flied to right his first time up. Hit it pretty well, as I recall, out to Ty Russell. So he's up here with 2 outs. Vassar, nice looking slider in there for a strike. Eric looking to have a quiet 5th inning if possible. He's allowed just 2 hits and walked 1 so far in 4 2/3. Struck out 6. That is a beautiful pitch on the inside corner. Pops out of the glove. Doesn't matter. Still a call strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Nicholas O'Rourke. Potter's playing pretty much straight away, medium deep in the outfield. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, the 7th for Eric Vassar. 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. We go to the bottom of inning number 5. Potter's 4, Knicks nothing.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Coming out in the bottom of the 5th inning at McBean Stadium, Potter's on top 4-0. J.T. Hubert, the new pitcher for the Novato Knicks, coming to us out of Santa Rosa High School and uncommitted on his college choice so far. He's the 3rd pitcher for the Knicks. Ryan Chimabukuro started, went the first 3 innings, gave up 5 hits and 3 runs. Then Julian Brennick pitched the 4th inning, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. That was unearned. He struck out 3 in the inning, didn't walk anybody. And now J.T. Hubert, right-hander. And a new catcher is going to be Cruz Wexler, taking over behind the plate for Holtz. So Wexler will take over behind the plate, number 17, as Ty McGraw comes up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 so far in this one. McGraw takes, ball 2, 2-0. Fly to center, grounded to first for Ty so far today. I don't know if Mom Tracy is in the audience. She was out here yesterday out of Gardendale, Alabama, and Troy University. You should look up Troy and see what their mascot is. Has to be something like Spartans or something. Although Troy may not be the Spartans, they may be the others. I have to look that up historically. Troy Trojans. No, come on, Riley. That's terrible. If it's true, it's terrible. Here's a strike. It's 3-1. Did Jordan tell you to say that? Or did Voldemort? I mean Brandon, a.k.a. Voldemort, the intern, who's at, by the way, the bottom. I don't know who's at the top of the rankings. He's at the bottom. I know that. I think the new intern, Lux, might be at the top. We'll work on that. That's chopped foul back to the screen. She on the mic today, doing the MC on the field, doing a great job, but she says she hasn't had a lot of experience, although she does karaoke. And her go-to songs are country, so she does country-oke. So just country karaoke. And, well, she's ahead of Voldemort, I know that. McGraw takes high, ball 4. So Ty is on for the first time today, and that'll bring up Jason Hansen. I know that Luke is way up there, but the fact that he has never been called Luke Skywalker is really surprising to me. I don't know if he gets points for that or loses them, but it's just surprising to me. Of course, that movie probably came out before his parents were born, but still. Actually, it's close. Here's Hansen, who's got an infield single and a ground out to third. He's 1 for 2. Takes outside, off speed from J.T. Hubert, the third pitcher for the Nevada Knicks. Pirates have gone with just Eric Vassar for the first 5, but they got a left-hander out there warming up right now with a very shiny glove, so that's good. That's a nice-looking pitch inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Jake Lavin on deck after Jason Hansen, the Roseville product out of UC Davis. Returning Potter legend, making his season debut here today. Takes on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McGraw over at first. Pretty short lead for Ty. Breaking ball's popped up, trying to get out of play. Lencioni over at first base and will make the catch. And no, he will not make the catch. It looked like he had it. It bounced behind him. And staying at the plate is Jason Hansen. Xavier Maldonado, the left-hander, out of right here in Lincoln and Jessup University. I think he pitched the other day in the alumni game and at the Fan Fest. He is the left-hander warming up in the pen as Hansen gets himself another try here at the plate. Fastball misses high. About 85 miles an hour from J.T. Hubert. Breaking ball, call strike 3 on the inside corner. Hansen thought it was high, probably thought it was inside. And he is called out on strikes. First strike up for J.T. Hubert and brings up Jake Lavin, who singled his first time, then was called out on strikes his second time. So he's 1 for 2, 5 for 10 on the season. Out of Laguna Creek. Make that Laguna Beach. I always say creek, move it to the beach. Laguna Creek would be a smaller. Laguna Beach is bigger. Creek is smaller, right, Riley? Okay. Yeah, still should know the difference. Left-handed hitter. Takes high and outside. 1-0. Tristan Russell to follow him. Seven strikeouts through 4 1/3 innings for the Knicks pitchers today. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one. Jake had himself he was thinking about a netting above the right field fence out there over the Lund sign, Lund Construction, I believe it says. Because that one had visions of sugar plums right there. 1-1. Sharply hit down to first base. Backhanded by Lencioni. He's not going to have anybody at first base, though, and everybody is safe. Infield single for Lavin. Nice block by Lencioni, but when he turned around to flip it to first, nobody was there. And Lavin beats it out for the first hit of the inning. Runners at first and second now with one out, and Tristan Russell coming to the plate. Out of Cypress, Texas, yesterday's Raising Cane's player of the game, thanks to his 3-run home run, is Tristan Russell. He has struck out and flied to center in this game. He's going to switch around and bat left-handed against the right-hander J.T. Hubert. Hubert's fastball misses high, misses outside, so it's 1 ball and no strikes. Piper the Peacock, oh, he's about to run his dance contest here at the beginning of the 6th inning, and that is, you got to check that out. You got to watch that. He does a great job. I have a lot to say, you know, not negative stuff about Piper, but in that he is just top-notch. Top-notch dance contest. 2-0. Russell with Ryan Villanueva to follow. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, according to our umpire. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Russell takes a little walk in the park there to calm the nerves, so to speak, and he'll come back out here with a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Ty McGraw at second base. Over at first, Jake Lavin. 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 5 from McBean Stadium on a perfect day for baseball in lovely Lincoln, California. Great crowd out here checking out. Great crowd this weekend. Popped up. He'll go into short center field. Ruiz coming on. He'll make the play. Both the second baseman and shortstop went all the way out there almost, but Ruiz called him off, and he came in and made the play for the second straight time on Tristan Russell. So he is 0 for 3 today, and 2 outs here in the 5th inning. And Ryan Villanueva coming to the plate. Ryan, a couple of strikeouts so far. Came in 2 for 4 with an RBI. And he's looking for his first hit here today, and he's got a couple of runners on base. As well, right-handed hitting catcher out of Brea, California, and Fullerton College against J.T. Hubert. Breaking ball stays up high. 1-0 on Ryan. If he keeps it going, Aiden Chang would have another chance. The Potters left fielder. Very mellow vibe out here today. Raleigh, I know you can see it too. There's a check swing. Did he go? He did not. 2-0. Very mellow Monday Memorial Day vibe. I mean, when the most uplifting thing happens before the game, when a guy 102 years old goes out and throws the first pitch, I mean, you know, that's going to set the tone for you. We'll stalk Cortez. .2-0 is swung on and missed by Villanueva. And a guy can run a radio during World War II in Burma in the jungles. I think he could probably broadcast a ball game. We could probably have got him up here. He could have given us a few tips. Just tremendous story on this Memorial Day Monday, which is probably, don't need to say that. There's a beautiful off-speed pitch dropped in there. 2-2. McGraw at second base, Lavin over at first. 2-2 coming up to Villanueva. Misses with the fastball outside. JT with the grunt when he throws the fastball. But not so much with the off speed. So if you're, it's kind of a quick decision to make if you don't hear the grunt. But we've got a full count here. Runners will be taken off. Swing and a miss. Huber gets his second strikeout. Potters leave 2. We go to the 6th inning. They're on top, 4-0.
Store, conference facilities, an amazing team help keep together an amazing organization. We thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and give back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of the 6th, new pitcher for the Potters, Xavier Maldonado, the left-hander out of Lincoln, California. Wait, that's right here. And William Jessup University, that's right down the road a little bit. Jessup plays their home games right here at McBean Park. And Riley is all excited. Oh, that's your dad. What? I thought he went to wash the car 2 innings ago. We'll have to speak to him later. Maldonado takes over Eric Vassar, who is simply superb. 5 innings, 2 hits. He walked 1, he struck out 7, and no runs allowed. Here's Maldonado against Trenton Ford to start off. Fastball is in there for a strike from the left-hander. 6'2", 195 pounds for Xavier Maldonado. That's in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. That's really clever, Stones. You bring a beer up here, and we're going to make fun of you for having it, and you hand it to me like it's mine. And then as soon as I turn around, you're going to take it back. Did you wash the car yet? Yes, I did. Oh, he did? Well, okay.
During the ejection. It was awesome.
Oh, that's right. Well, who got it? Oh, you might have to grab it. Okay, grab that. Because I got to get some inside information. There's a nice play over at first base by Ty McGraw to get the foul ball from the bat of Trenton Ford for the first out. Here's Caleb Ford, the shortstop. And Stones, thanks for joining me. You were on site, as you always are when something happens.
Yeah.
There was a play at the plate. We said it on the air before we went to break that we thought he did block the plate, but it didn't look like he was going to get a call. The call was made, but you were right there when the umpire was talking with the Novato manager.
Absolutely, I was right there. And so what was being explained was that as the catcher came out of his stance to throw down, like he was going to make that throw to second, intercepted by the pitcher, he was on the front side of the plate.
Right.
So he never moved from that position. So as the runner is coming down the third base line, go ahead.
That's a base hit by Ford. No, you go ahead. Well, we can catch Caleb Ford here.
So as the runner is coming down the line, if the catcher is standing in front of the plate, that is called blocking the plate.
Okay.
You have to have either imminent possession or in the act of gaining imminent possession to not be blocking the plate there. So it was a pretty easy call. I was very happy to watch Eli walk out there as calmly as he did, and just say, I think there was a block there. And it looks like we got a pinch hitter?
Yeah, Gilbert Roth's going to be up for, it looks like, for Troy Rizzo in the designated hitter spot. But we will make that change, and we will go back to our play under contention.
Yeah. So, but the reason for the third base coach getting tossed the way he did is once the umpires got together, our third base umpire had the best view of that, and he made that call really, really early. In the discussion of umpires, and that's what the third base coach lost his mind. And granted, it's a tough play. We don't use replay here, but we have the benefit, us.
We do.
And I went back and looked at it, and everything that I just stated was actual fact. That's exactly the way that happened.
Well, they got it right. I mean, it took a minute to get it right, and you're right. Eli came out, maybe precipitated the whole thing, but they got it right. So I'm glad to see that. We didn't know exactly who was thrown out as the ball is lifted out towards short right center field. Going out the second baseman, coming in, Russell from right field makes the catch in right center for the second out of the inning. We didn't know exactly who was thrown out. I thought it was the guy who keeps appearing back on the field, and I wonder what was going on there.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. And here's the other thing that we came up with. We decided that we're going to run a Where's Waldo kind of competition during the game with Where's Stones. We're going to put you in the stand somewhere and try to find you. We haven't figured out the stakes yet. We're still working out the mechanics, but hopefully you're down with that.
I'm down with that. Do I get to change my outfit, though, every time? Or
We
do I
are
have to wear
talking
red and white stripes?
We're talking about that.
Okay, thank you.
That's still
I
under
think I'm gonna leave
construction.
now.
Riley is in charge of that. Thank you, Stones. 2 outs, and the pitch, a breaking pitch in there to Evan Mertz for a strike. So there's the breakdown on the play a couple of innings ago, in which the Potters scored their 4th run, and also the beginning of a new bit with the Stones. Where is Stones in the park? And maybe if you're in the park, it'll be even more fun figuring that out. I don't know. Again, still under construction. Maldonado hit sharply into right field, a base hit from Mertz, coming all the way to the plate. The throw by Russell, and it comes all the way through, and it gets through, and it's backed up by Maldonado. So scoring is Caleb Ford, the first run of the game for the Knicks. Mertz will get himself an RBI single. The throw from Russell was on a hop, might have been a touch too late, don't know, but backed up by Xavier Maldonado, and here's Adrian Ruiz. So a base hit by Ford, then a wild pitch puts him in scoring position. Mertz comes up with a single to right. Mertz's 3rd hit of the series. That one's hit down the third baseline. What a play by Hanson. Gets up across the diamond, gets him at first base. Jason Hanson, Webb gem at third in the inning. 1 run for the Knicks. We go to the bottom of inning number 6. They trail it 4-1.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages and their pensions and their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Bottom of inning number 6, Hunter Herzog, the pitcher for the Nevada Knicks. And he will face, let's just say Hunter is out of Mendocino College. Put that on there. He'll face Aiden Chang, then Tyler Russell, top of the order, Brian Williams Jr. At his high for a ball. And if you've been with us the last 2 days, you're going to want to know that the Stones McCoy bit that we tried to play 4 times yesterday is actually, we think, ready to go between innings here. There's a line drive into left field. That will get down in front of the left fielder, Mertz, for a base hit. So Aiden Chang delivers a hit, his 3rd of the season. He is at first base, 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. So he is 1 for 2, and he's at first base with Tyler Russell coming to the plate. Tyler out of Queen Creek, Arizona. Always a tough one to say. Fouls it back to the screen, does Russell. He singled back in the 2nd and then singled in the 4th. So, hey, he's got 2 singles, and he's 2 for 2 today, 3 for 9 on the season. Was thrown out at the plate trying to score on a double steal back in the 2nd and did score in the 4th. Breaking ball just a little too high. Good-looking pitch from Hunter Herzog. But it was a little elevated. 1 ball and a 1 strike on Tyler Russell. Short lead at first by Chang. Next pitch is inside for a ball, 2-1. Potters with a day off tomorrow. They'll be back at it 6:35 Wednesday evening against the South Bay Storm. You can go to LincolnPotters.com for tickets and information. That's hit sharply out to shortstop. Caleb Ford to 2nd for 1. To first, did they get it? Yes, they did. Well-turned double play for the Knicks. But although they did turn the double play, there was a couple of them that ran off the field. You still have to get 3 outs, gentlemen, even though that play was pretty deftly recorded by Caleb Ford. And then Shabastari at 2nd, over to Lencioni at 1st. The 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And Brian Williams Jr., who singled, fly to left, and reached on an error. Out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. Takes outside from Hunter Herzog, the 4th pitcher. Jimmy Burrow started, and then Brennick, Hubert, and Herzog. His fastball just misses the outside corner. Ryan Shimabukuro was the starting pitcher. He went 3, then Brennick 1, Hubert 1, and now Herzog. And there's a left-hander warming up as well for the Nevada Knicks, who don't play again until the 30th up in Humboldt. High fly ball left field. Mertz giving room over into foul territory, and he doesn't make the catch, but it's a foul ball. It hopped over the fence on 1 hop at the 314 sign. That one is a high fly ball that Mertz got to the right spot, but had to backtrack a little bit and wasn't able to do so, so Williams will get another chance at 2 balls and 1 strike. Brian 2 for 8 coming in today and 1 for 3 today. Scored a run back in the 1st inning. When the Potters scored 2 of their 4. They got 1 in the 2nd. They got 1 in the 4th. We are in the 6th. And they lead at 4-1. Look out, that's inside for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike on Williams. Aiden Diome on deck. The shortstop is 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored today. And that is ball 4. Williams walks, and He is a fair bet to take off at first base as Diome comes up to the plate. Let's see if they employ the pitch out. I think maybe he's going to go on the first pitch and they throw the pitch out at him. Potters have some activity in their bullpen, and so do the Knicks. So everybody warming up all over the place here as we get into the bottom of inning number 6. Diome singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. That was against Julian Brennick, the strikeout. There's a line drive into right center field. That is down for a base hit. Williams will make third easily. The throw comes into second base. And the Potters are runners at first and third. And 2 outs. Diome is second hit. He has now got 5 on the season. And here's Ty McGraw. Ruiz got that one in as quickly as possible from center field, but Williams made it easily. With 2 outs, he's going on contact. And here's McGraw, who's flied to center, grounded out, and walked. Swings and fouls it back to the screen. McGraw, 4 for 7 coming in with 4 runs scored and a run batted in the first 2 games of the series, both won by the Potters, 10-3 and 7-3. They lead 4-1 in this one, looking for a little extra breathing room here in the bottom of the 6th against Hunter Herzog. Breaking pitch is outside, so it's evened up at 1-1 on tie out of Gardendale, Alabama, and Troy University. Swings and fouls it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 on Ty McGraw. Jason Hansen waits on deck. Jason making his debut this season in the cleanup spot for Eli Garcia and the Potters. 1-2 upcoming. That's outside with the breaking ball. Didn't miss by much, but evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herzog's pitch is ripped down the right field line, but foul. Diome going on the pitch, but Ty obviously has to go after it if it's close, and he ripped that one down the line, but ripped it a little bit too early. And ends up down in the corner down there, which is foul territory, so we'll have to do it again. It's still 2-2. Hunter Herzog, the pitcher. Ty McGraw, the batter. Brian Williams Jr. at third. Aiden Diome over at first. Lined into right field. That's a base hit. Williams will score easily. Diome round second. He's going to make third easily. The throw will be cut off at second base. It's an RBI single for Ty McGraw, and it's a 5-1 lead for the Potters. McGraw with his 2nd run batted into the season. Potters now with 10 hits. Here's Jason Hansen. Grounded to third, singled, and struck out. So Jason went for 3 in his debut. Right-hander against right-hander. Fastball, good-looking pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 on Jason Hansen. Herzog, that's probably the hardest he's thrown in this inning. Hansen hits it high up in the air to right field. O'Rourke is under it, and he will make the catch. So the Potters score once in the inning. O'Rourke dropped it after it looked like he was transferring it to his other hand. I think the out was already called by the field umpire, so that'll end the inning. 1 run for the Potters. We go to the 7th. They lead at 5-1. Top of inning number 7. Potters on top 5-1. Ken Blankenship comes out of the bullpen. The right-hander out of Lodi, California, and Sac City College will be the third Potters pitcher here today. Vassar went the first 5, gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, walked 1. Maldonado an inning, 2 hits and a run. And now Blankenship, the right-hander, will face Vinny Lencioni, Max Chevesteri, and Cruz Wexler. His first pitch is down low for a ball at 84 miles an hour. Lencioni is grounded to third and took a call third strike, so Vinny is 0 for 2 so far in this one. That is a strike. Out of Sonoma State University, Mr. Vinny Lencioni. Looking for his first hit in the series. Playing at first base today for the Knicks, and he takes the breaking ball down low. Ryan Villanueva behind the plate for the Potters. Jason Hansen at third, Aiden Diome at short, Jake Lavin at second. It's Ty McGraw at first, Ty Russell in right. Brian Williams Jr. in center, and Aiden Chang out in left field. Check swing, and it is strike 2 call, 2-2. So Blankenship exploiting the inside corner of the plate with a fastball a couple of times to even the count up on Vinny Lencioni. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Potters looking to sweep this season opening series against the Nevada Knicks before they get an off day tomorrow. Great fan support out here in the first series of the season. Over 1,500 on Friday night for opening night and fireworks, and a great crowd out there yesterday, and another great one out here today. Couple of afternoon starts, and as Willie Preston put it, just a great time to watch a ball game. The 1 o'clock start is a nice little bit of a breeze, not too hot, and you're under the tarp anyway. We've got food, we've got drink, we've got it all. Breaking ball inside for a ball, 3-2. If you're looking for food, all you got to do is come in, go down the third base line. There's a nice little food court kind of area down there, rimmed with some vendors. Fat Cat in Suburb de Mexico, and a couple of others right down there. You can get all kinds of good eats. Grounded foul. So do not eat before you come out to a Potters game, whether it's a night game or a day game, because there's plenty of choices out here. Bill does a great job down at Fat Cat. And there's beer down the third base line, and also the Brick and Barrel backyard down the first base line, where they're pouring some tasty brews as well. 3-2 pitches chopped into the hole in the left field, a base hit for Lencioni. So Vinny gets his first hit of the season, the 5th hit for the Nevada Knicks, and that will bring up Max Chevesteri, the second baseman, who has walked and flied to left. Max also out of Sonoma State University. 1 for 5 coming in for 1, so 1 for 6 as we stand here at this moment in time. He's got Lencioni down at first base. Potter's not warming anybody up, I don't think, right now. So both bullpens have a little activity, but nobody throwing. Blankenship delivers down, and it gets away. And going to second is Lencioni on the wild pitch. Villanueva with the block is scored a little bit over to his right. He had to try to run it down, and Lencioni taking advantage of that. He'll make it to second base. 1 ball and no strikes on the hitter. That's also down low. That one is blocked and does not squirt away, so it's 2-0. Cruz Wexler making his first appearance in the on-deck circle. He came on for John Holtz back. Came on defensively in the bottom of the 5th inning. Line drive right up there in the left center field, a base hit that will score the run easily. Williams gets to it, then bobbles it, rounding first, heading for second. Chevesteri, he'll have himself a double, an RBI double. And just like that, it's 5-2 in favor of the Potters. Just a solid line drive into left center. Williams got there in time, couldn't make the play cleanly. Chevesteri was rounding first anyway. He makes it into second base. So here's Dueling Dogs batter of the game. Takes over, it's Cruz Wexler. out of Claremont McKenna College. I think he was 0 for 1 yesterday. Don't think Cruz got in the game on Friday, so he's making his second appearance at the plate. Left-handed hitting catcher against Blankenship, low and inside, blocked by Villanueva. So a single by Lencioni, moved over on the wild pitch, scored on the double from Shabastari. And now it's Cruz Wexler with Nicholas O'Rourke to follow. That one's hit weakly out to short, cut off by Hansen. One hop to first base, good play. McGraw gets it, throws back behind the runner, but back safely is Savasteri, who stops at third. But a really good play by Hansen to get that one over to first. It was hit weakly, so I don't know if Dion would have been able to make the play. Hansen cuts it off with a one-hop throw to first base, scooped out by Ty McGraw. So one out now. Looks like Dawson Raddick, who we saw, I think, yesterday, is out warming up for the Potters, as Shabasteri at third base with one out here. And Nicholas O'Rourke, who's flied to right and struck out. That's in the dirt, gets away, and here comes the run in from third base on the wild pitch. So the Knicks put 2 across here in the 7th inning to cut the lead in half. It's now 5-3 in favor of the Potters. A 1-0 count to Nicholas O'Rourke. O'Rourke out of Las Madonnas College down in the Bay Area. Flied to right and struck out. He's 1 for 6 so far in the series. That misses outside, 2-0. Dawson Raddick warming up is the Submariner out of Gretna, Nebraska. Pitched 2 innings yesterday, gave up 2 hits and no runs, and there's a strike call on Nicholas O'Rourke. 2-1 now. Right-hand inning O'Rourke against Ken Blankenship from Lodi, California. Fastball misses a little bit too high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Trenton Ford to follow, the number 9 hitter. He's 1 for 2 so far today. Had a beautiful bunt single back in the 3rd inning. That ball's hit high and deep into left center field, and that one may get out of here, and it does. That's a home run for Nicholas O'Rourke. And all of a sudden, it's 5-4 in favor of the Potters. O'Rourke, 1 for 3. I'm going to say that's his first home run of the season. And it was pretty much a no doubt around the left center field from the Las Madonnas College product. And Eli Garcia is going to go out and talk on the mound. We may have a pitching change here. We had a single from Lencioni. He moved to second on a wild pitch, then a double by Shabasteri. He advanced to third on a ground out, scored on a wild pitch, and then the home run, the solo shot from Nicholas O'Rourke. It looks like Eli Garcia is going to make a call to the bullpen, so we will take a break here. We are in the top of the 7th inning. 3 runs on the board for the Knicks. They trail it 5-4.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes.
Dawson Raddick is the new pitcher, the right-hander out of Gretna, Nebraska, and he will come on to relieve Ken Blankenship, who won a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits and 3 runs. Is responsible for nobody. That's it, 3 hits and 3 runs. Raddick's first pitch is hitting to left field. A diving play out in left field. What a play by Aiden Chang. Trenton Ford hit a bullet to left field, but Chang came on, made the dive, and made the play. Just what you need when you come in as a pitcher. Good defense by your left fielder, and Chang provides that. 2 outs, and here's Caleb Ford, the leadoff hitter, who is struck out, fly to center, and then singled and scored back in the 6th inning. Raddick in there for a strike. Dawson, as we said, the Submariner out of Gretna, Nebraska. Undecided on the college choice is the right-hander. Ford takes a ball, 1-1. Just a little bit too low on that one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Caleb Ford out of Cal State Monterey Bay. He takes that one. That's a beautiful looking pitch from Raddick for a strike, 1-2. Knicks have scored 3 times here in the inning. They trail it 5-4. There's a chopper down to first base. McGraw gets it on a big hop, goes and tags the bag. So the Knicks score 3 times. It's 5-4. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning, and let's celebrate. Let's hear from Stones McCoy as he went out in the crowd yesterday.
Well, I'm down here on the paddock like I told you guys I would be, and I'm standing here with the, I hope I say this right. Are you the founder of Fat Cat?
I am the founder. I found a lot of things in my life, but usually bad luck.
Bad luck? Well, you and me are two peas in a pod then, I guess.
Yeah.
So
it's been good.
You've been here for 7?
5 years.
5 years. 5 years now, and we've absolutely enjoyed every day you've been out here. You keep bringing us new stuff. Talk to us about some of the stuff that you have this year.
So this year we're doing the regular dog, the all beef. It's a big dog. It's very juicy. We have the bratwurst. We have a hot link. We have a veggie dog, and the best thing about the veggie dog is it's good, and it's good because it doesn't taste like a veggie dog.
Oh, okay. Well, that's huge because I know most people think veggie dog and they just shy away from it. So big seller?
Yeah, we sold out last night actually, so we don't have anything today. So
well, I picked a great day to interview you, didn't I?
Yeah. We don't have any.
We don't have any, but we do have something that has become a staple here out at the park, right? You have brought something to us a few years ago, and it's become a staple. What is that?
It's probably our homemade ice cream sandwich.
That's the one, baby. I can't leave the park without having at least one. So I just wanted to come down here. We got to introduce everybody. This is Bill with Fat Cat. This is one of the greatest places that Lincoln has to offer when you come to McBean. So, Bill, thank you for everything that you've done.
You're welcome.
And we appreciate it. We'll talk to you more again this summer.
Okay, sounds good.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Phantom. We'll talk to you soon.
That is Stones McCoy on the paddock with Bill from, what do you think? What do you think? From Fat Cat, obviously. What do you think of your dad's style? What do you think, Riley? Come on. He needs to work on it. Yeah, I need to hold the mic a little closer to the guest. Okay, it's like you don't want to hear the host twice as loud as the guest, but he did ask some pretty good questions. And Bill, a tremendous guy, and Fat Cat is a fantastic vendor. So well done, Stones. We'll give you a passing grade on your first one, and I'll give you a C. I'll give you a C plus. So we'll see it somewhere in between C and C plus. We'll do it again very, very soon. Thank you, Stones. Let's get back to the game. Bottom of the 7th inning, and I think we've got the we got matching Submariners, Riley. We got a new pitcher, it looks like, out there for the Novato Knicks. Our batter is Jake Lavin. Jake takes a strike. trying to get a number here for our pitcher.
16, 1-6.
So it is number 16. That is Hudson Sadler, the pitcher. He delivers that ball. He is a real submariner there. Sadler is the 5th pitcher. So we have 16s on both sides, both submariners, and that's ball 4, and Lavin will take the base on balls. Riley's mind is blown as both teams have a submariner, and both teams' submariner is number 16. That just doesn't happen in America. You're right, Riley. I was beginning to mock you a little bit, but you're absolutely right. That's crazy. Anyway, Tristan Russell's the hitter, and whether he knows about that crazy fact or not, he's going to come up here and try to do something. He is 0 for 3 so far with a couple of flyouts to center field and a strikeout. The big 3-run home run yesterday for Tristan Russell. And the Potters could well use some magic right here as they lead this by only a single run. That is a ball. Outside. Russell out of Cypress, Texas. Yesterday's player of the game with a 358-foot home run. And on that same likeness, last inning, we had the home run from Nicholas O'Rourke, 407 feet, according to my people, 105 miles an hour on the launch. Goal, and there's a Lavin took off and trying to make the throw. Cruz Rexler couldn't handle the pitch. The ball was too high. Lavin steals second base. So 407-foot home run by Nicholas O'Rourke. That's a true bomb. But the Potters trying to put some more backup on the board. They've got the walk to Lavin and now a 3-ball no-strike count on Tristan Russell. And that's ball 4. They go again to third. The throw is just almost in time, and he's safe, and he got off, and now he's tagged out at third base. Lavin got off, and he was tagged out at third base trying to get back on. Trying to plead his case to the umpire who made the call, but the umpire just makes the out call again. On the play, Russell walks. Lavin had the steal. And now we're going to have the manager of the Knicks, not the one who was ejected, but the other one, going to come out and talk to his pitcher who has given up 2 straight walks, and luckily he now has 1 out as Lavin was thrown out at third base after he was safe at third base. And Ryan Villanueva will be the hitter as Eli Garcia comes out to talk to the home plate umpire and probably says, hey, just make sure the guy's, the guy's on it at third base, because Lavin obviously thought he had gotten back in. The meeting at the mound breaks up with the Knicks, and we've got a 1-run ball game, so every run obviously very important here. So they're probably also talking about whether Tristan Russell's going to take off, because the Potters have shown a lot of bases here today against the Knicks. So here's Villanueva. Excuse me, here's Aiden Chang. No, it is Villanueva. It is Villanueva. Number 8. Chang is number 9. That's the problem. Okay, now we figured it out. Villanueva 0 for 3 so far. There goes the runner. Pitches down low. The throw to second base is in time, and he is safe. No, I don't know what he is. He made the safe call and then pointed. So is he safe and out? So what is he? He is safe. Okay, so there we go. I'm sorry, fans at home, but he made the safe and then pointed. So usually when they point, you're out. So he was safe then out. He's still out, so he was safe then out, then safe again. There he goes again. That pitch is outside. He's going to go in head first and be safe with no problem on that one. So I think loss in this. I don't think that our Sadler has thrown a strike yet. He's got 2 4-pitch walks, and he's 2-0 on Ryan Villanueva. And now he has got that strike in there, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at third. Hit sharply out to second. That'll score the run. Picked up and gunned to first over there by Shabasteri, but Villanueva delivers the RBI ground out. Potters score a run without benefit of a hit here in the seventh inning. Pushes the total up to 6-4 and brings up Aiden Chang. Hit by a pitch, struck out, singled. Out of Mount St. Marty University in Roseville, California, Mr. Aiden Chang playing left field for the Lincoln Potters in this one. Sadler's delivery is outside. He's throwing the summer. It's a sidearm, but it's almost kind of an underhand. He's almost thrown underhand. It's a crazy delivery. He's got it because he comes. It doesn't come around through. He comes like underneath and kind of flips it under, like a slow, fast pitch pitcher in softball. 2-0. 3-0. So 2 walks, a ground out, 3 stolen bases, a put out, and an RBI for Villanueva here in the inning. Crazy inning for the Potters. That's popped up on the 3-0 pitch. Pitcher's going to call for it. Now the third baseman comes in and makes the play. That's Trenton Ford. So the Potters score once in a weird seventh inning. We'll go to the eighth. They lead at 6-4.
This job is Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We are putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so meeting the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Top of inning number 8. Potters on top now 6-4. The new pitcher is Russell Pettis. The 5th pitcher for the Potters, Eric Vassar, started, went 5 innings, and Maldonado an inning. Blankenship a third. Raddick 2/3, and now Pettis. Russell pitched on Friday, went 2 innings, gave up a hit, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. But no runs. He'll face Gilbert Roth starting us off here. I believe Gilbert Roth, as we've got to see. I think that's Cal Elvis, who's come on at second base. Yeah, I think that's Elvis taking over for Labin at second base. Labin was tagged out on that play at third in the bottom of the 7th. So hopefully Jake didn't injure himself somehow, as Elvis came out kind of a late addition there in the inning. So Elvis at second base. Dion still at short. Hanson at third, at first McGraw. Chang, Williams, and Russell in the outfield. Villanueva behind the plate. And Gilbert Roth is the batter. He came on as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning for Troy Rizzo and flied to right field. Pettis delivers the fastball, and he delivers it inside. 1-0. That one right down the middle for a strike. Evens it up at 1 run. Russell out of Elk Grove, California, and Cal State Northridge. The Matadors, I believe. Excellent name. Nothing to do with Northridge, but excellent name. Breaking ball. Beautiful pitch, but a little bit too high as the umpire gestures, because he saw I was going to question him, so he kind of made the too high motion. Fastball inside, 3-1. Roth followed by Evan Mertz and Adrian Ruiz as we go 2, 3, and 4 for the Knicks here in the top of the 8th. One of a great crowd on a Monday afternoon. Line drive into center field. That's a base hit in front of Brian Williams Jr. So Roth delivers the base hit. He had 2 hits yesterday in the 7-3 loss, and here's Evan Mertz. Couple of strikeouts and then an RBI single for Evan Mertz. That was back in the 6th inning, so he is 3 for 9 in the series, 1 for 3 in today's game. Coming out of Sonoma State University. Fastball misses inside from Pettis. Right about 87 miles an hour for Russell. Right there in the high 80s, touching 90 once in a while is the right-hander. Short lead at first base as he delivers a high pitch for 2-0 on Evan Mertz with Adrian Ruiz to follow. 1 in the 6th inning and then 3 in the 7th for the Knicks. And they've got the leadoff man on here in the 8th. A swing and a foul by Evan Mertz. 2-1. Potters with 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Then they got 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. And they lead at 6-4 here in the top of inning number 8 from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer. Stones McCoy moving around somewhere, doing shots from the crowd, hanging out, just being the everyman. Breaking ball is fouled off by Mertz, so it evens it up at 2-2. Willie Preston handling the PA duties as always, doing the best. He's the best. He's just basically the best. 2-2 here to Mertz. Out in left field for the Knicks in this nightcap of the 3-game series. Hits it sharply but foul. Nice try by the first base coach, but coach, you don't want to embarrass yourself there. That was a hot shot. Even if you get a hand on it, you're not going to make that play. And maybe he knows that. That's why he made the try, but really didn't get too close to it. So he was way ahead of the game over there. 2-2. Outfield straight away against Mertz and pretty deep. He fouls it off again. Right back to the pitcher. Pettis on it quickly, but the field umpire quickly making the call of a foul ball. Left-hand hitting Evan Mertz against the right-hander Russell Pettis. Outside with a fastball. 3-2. Ruiz to follow, then Lencioni for the Novato Knicks. Potters won the first 2 games of the series. They've led this entire game, but the 3 runs in the 7th inning tightened it all up. 2 pitches down in the dirt, ball 4. So a single and then a good at bat right there by Mertz to work the walk. 2 on, nobody out, and Adrian Ruiz coming to the plate. The center fielder is singled, struck out, and grounded to third. Garcia is going to go out and talk to his pitcher, give us time to catch up with the upcoming schedule coming up on Wednesday. Off day tomorrow coming up on Wednesday, 6:35 first pitch. The Potters will host the South Bay Storm. And then Thursday is an off day, and then the California Red Tails come in for a weekend series Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Friday night at 7:05. Saturday is a fireworks night, so it's scheduled to start at 6:05. Going to be pretty warm over the weekend, so might change those starting times. And then on Sunday, we got an afternoon game at 1:05, which should be just fine. And hopefully to see the kind of fan support that we saw this weekend, we'll see next weekend as well. And also drop by on Wednesday. You know, kind of like a weird midweek game, kind of a good time to come hang out. Should be pretty pleasant weather, right? Upper 80s, I think, is forecast. So here's Adrian Ruiz. 3 for 8 in the series so far. Jason Hansen playing up close to third in case Ruiz wants to drop one down. But he takes a fastball and it's high and inside. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Potter's getting another arm up and working out in the bullpen as Pettis delivers. That is also high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on Ruiz. Nobody out here in the 8th. Vinny Lencioni in the on-deck circle. He came up with his first hit of the series back in the 7th inning and later scored. Throw behind the runner at first base. That'll go down into right field. One run will probably score as Roth rounds third, makes for the plate. The throw is going to be cut off, and the Knicks have cut it to 6-5, and moving to second base is Evan Mertz. So it's an error on the catcher on the throw behind the runner at first base. Roth scores. First error of the game for the Potters. And it moves the tying run or potential tying run into scoring position at second base with now a 3-0 count on Adrian Ruiz. Coach going out to talk to his runner, hopefully make sure he's okay and maybe to give him a little bit of instruction. But he went back into first base to try to get back and ran into the ball there, and also Ty McGraw over at first, so making sure everybody is okay. And the Knicks now have the tying run 180 feet away from home plate, because you've got to go 90 feet that way and 90 feet this way. If you went straight across, it'd be a lot sooner, be a lot shorter, but you can't do that, Riley. Riley gets very upset if I do things badly mathematically. 3-0. Ball 4. So hitting a couple of walks here in the 8th inning, puts runners at first and second, and sets it up for Vinny Lencioni, who has a ground out, a strikeout, and a single. Now that Hansen has to be aware that probably not going to be bunting in Summer League, but who knows? Trying to get that first win of the season are the Knicks. Pettis delivers a strike. 88 miles an hour from Russell. Looks like Braden Coletto is hitting for Lencioni. Braden played first base in a couple of the games in this series. Takes a breaking ball and takes a strike. Oh and 2 now on Coletto. Grounds it back up the middle. Backhanded at second, flipped to short for 1 out at second base. Nice play by Cal Elvis to flip it to Diome. Runners moving up to first now and third. Fielder's choice charged to Coletto. Ruiz is retired on a good play at second base by Cal Elvis. Flipped it back to the shortstop covering. Tying run gets closer to home plate. 1 out, and here's Max Shabastari. He was walked, flied out, and doubled. So Coletto now the number. Here's the first pitch is a breaking ball and hits him right in the back. That'll load the bases with 1 out and bring up Cruz Wexler. Came on for John Holtz behind the plate in the 6th. Batted in the 7th, grounded to third base. Wexler from Claremont McKenna College. He's up here with a chance to do some damage for the Knicks. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the 8th. Double play depth in the middle for the Potters. Fastball is inside. McGraw and Hansen even with the bag at first and third, respectively. Nicholas O'Rourke on deck. He hit the ball 407 feet last time. Right back up the middle. Diome has it, and he can't get it. It's under his glove into center field. 1-run scores. Here comes the second. The throw is cut off. He will also score, and the Knicks take the lead 7-6. Scoring is Mertz and also Coletto. Going all the way over to third with Shabasteri. And the Knicks have taken the lead 7-6 on a base hit by Cruz Wexler. 2 runs batted in for Wexler. Diome looked like he was kind of like trying to measure that one so he could get to second and tag it and go to first, but couldn't make the play. And here's O'Rourke, who was flied out, struck out, and hit a home run in the dirt. Nice stop by Villanueva. So Shabasteri at third, Wexler at first. Still just 1 out here in the 8th. And now the Knicks on top 7-6. Pop-up on the infield. Diome can't see it. Coming in the left fielder, though, and makes the catch. Nice play out there by Aiden Chang, who had to come in for Diome, who couldn't see it. Chang went down to one knee, made the catch, but he was pretty close to home plate, so no try to advance. Second out recorded, and brings up Trenton Ford. It was a bunt single, popped out and lined out the left. The third baseman out of Santa Rosa Junior College is 2 for 5 in the series. That is inside to Ford. Caleb Ford on top of the order on deck. That fastball is on the corner for a strike, 1-1. 88 miles an hour from Russell Pettis. 3 runs on 2 hits and a big error, a couple of base on balls in the inning. Ford hits it down the left field line. That's foul. Look out, grassy knoll. What a play. Oh, the fan had it in his hands and it popped right out. You're not going to live that down. You're just not. That's too bad. You got one chance to make a play on the grassy knoll. He had it perfectly measured, came right into his hands, popped out. Oh, man. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Ford. Watches that one, calls strike 3. That one right on the outside corner for the third out. But 3 runs on 2 hits for the Knicks. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Potters trailing this one 7-6.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. we thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Bottom of inning number 8. Potters now trailing at 7-6. And Elijah Aguilar will be the pitcher, the left-hander out of Mendocino College. He'll be the 6th pitcher for the Knicks. They started off with Shimabukuro, then Brennick, Hubert, Herzog, and Sadler. Popped up by Russell, Tyler Russell at the plate. Popped it up. Here comes the first baseman. And the catcher over, and they will not make a play. That is, Coletto has taken over at first base after batting for Lencioni in the 3-run inning for the Knicks. So Tyler Russell's got a couple of singles and hit into a double play. He is 2 for 3 in this one. He has scored a run. That was back in the 4th inning out of Queen Creek, Texas. No, Queen Creek, Arizona. Oh, man. Aguilar's pitch is outside. If I get the city right, I get the state wrong, and vice versa. Activity in the Knicks bullpen behind Elijah Aguilar. That one is too high, 2-1. Russell followed by Brian Williams Jr. and Aiden Diome, 9-1-2 for the Potters as they find themselves on the short end of the score for the first time today, 7-6. That is a little bit too high. 10 hits for the Potters in this one. Looks like Gavin Haas is our right-hander down there warming it up, number 27. Russell fouls that one back to the screen and back over the screen. It'll be a 3-ball, 2-strike count, sometimes referred to as a full count. In case you didn't know that, Riley. Just trying to give you a little bit of information. Baseball lingo, jargon as it were. I don't need any smart quips from you, as in full of what? Fouled out of play. Full. It's full because you have as many balls and strikes as you can have on somebody without them being out. So it's a full count. It's as many pitches as you can have. You see what I'm saying here? If it's 2-2, it's not full because you can get another ball. Why am I wasting my time? It's actually a pretty good question. That was outside corner. Call strike 3. First out of the 8th inning recorded on the strikeout, and here's Brian Williams Jr. He has singled, flied out, reached on an errant walk, scored a pair of runs, stole the base. He is the run the Potters really could use as Stones McCoy is down behind home plate explaining something to the fans. I don't know what he's involved in. He's wearing his cool Reds Giants hat. So he feels like he needs to be part of the action. I can understand that. 1-0 to Brian Williams out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. There's a strike. It does smack the fact, what do we call our city? Well, we're in the Midwest and we're a city. Okay, Midwest City, Oklahoma. I like that. Very no frills, you know what I mean? We're a Midwestern city and we're in Oklahoma. That's what we do. Williams takes inside low for a ball, so it's 2-1 on Bryant. Playing center field for the Potters in this one, the 3rd of a 3-game series against the Novato Knicks to kick off our 2025 campaign to a great audience of fans here in the first 3 games. Williams swings and misses, swings ahead of that one, and evens it up at 2-2. 70 miles an hour. Aguilar using the change of speeds very effectively there. Two balls and 2 strikes. Aiden Diome to follow. Swing and miss. He's down on strikes. So a couple of strikeouts to open the 8th for Aguilar. 1 called, 1 swinging, and Aiden Diome will be the hitter, the left-hand hitting shortstop. who has singled, walked, struck out, and singled again. So he is 2 for 3, 5 for 11 on the season. Picked up an RBI back in the first inning. Breaking ball misses the outside corner. 1-0. Ty McGraw on deck in case Aiden can get something started with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Aguilar, the 6th pitcher for the Novato Knicks. At fastball. Looked like we had a ball coming out of the bullpen, and third base umpire called no pitch before that was delivered, so that's why it's a nothing. Gavin Hawes, we said, warming up down the pen. He looks like a little sheepish there. That was my fault. I'm sorry about that. He seems really, apologetic, so I'm going to let it go this time. 2-0 pitch is lined into left center field. There's nobody there. That'll go all the way to the fence. Diome rounds first. He'll make second easily. Let's see if he's thinking 3. He is not. Run down by Ruiz, and he gets it in. And Diome will be at second base with a double. His 3rd hit of the day. Perfectly placed, 11th hit for the Potters, and now it's on Ty McGraw to try to tie this one up. McGraw's flied to center, grounded out, walked, and singled. So he is 1 out of 3 and has an RBI back in the 6th inning. He's got Diome at second and 2 outs here in the 8th, and the scoreboard has suddenly gone blank. I don't know, to celebrate something, maybe, I don't know. That happens sometimes. McGraw takes a fastball, and it's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jason Hansen comes into the on-deck circle, which signifies he's the next batter after this one. Riley, again, I'm trying to help you out. McGraw takes a nice breaking pitch in there for a strike, perfectly placed by Aguilar. And he evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Caleb Ford at shortstop, able to crowd second base a little bit more with the left hand hitting McGraw up, so Diome can't get too far off. Hit high in the air to right center field, moving over O'Rourke. He's got plenty of room. And he'll make the catch for the 3rd out. So a double by Diome, but he's stranded at second base. We'll go to the 9th. Potters trail this one 7-6.
President of the Placer County Association of Realtors, store, conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. We thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with plastics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Top of inning number 9 from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the Engineer. Stones McCoy roaming the field. And Evan Williams is the new pitcher for the Potters. Vassar started, then Maldonado, Blankenship, Raddick, Pedersen, now Williams. Evan closed out Friday's game with 3 straight strikeouts. And a ground ball foul by Caleb Ford, who has 1 for 4 and scored a run here in the 6th inning after he singled. 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 3 in the 8th for the Knicks as they have taken a 7-6 lead. They trailed at one time 5-1. That one just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. On Caleb Ford from Cal State Monterey Bay, the Otters. Williams' next pitch misses outside again, so it's 2-1. Caleb followed by Gilbert Roth and Evan Mertz here in the 9th inning. 1, 2, and 3 for the Nevada Knicks. Williams' fastball is fouled off back to the left side, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. No game tomorrow for the Potters. They're back in action Wednesday, 6:35 against the South Bay Storm. Tickets still available. Check out LincolnPotters.com for tickets and for information. Line drive into center field. Williams comes on. He won't be able to get there. It drops in front of Brian for a solid single for Caleb Ford, his 2nd hit of the game and 4th hit of the series. 9th hit for the Nevada Knicks. They had just 5 on Friday, came up with 12 yesterday, but still able to get only 3 runs out of them. But today, 7 runs on 11 hits, or make that 9 hits. And here's Roth, who singled and scored back in the 8th inning. Fastball inside. Gilbert came on for Troy Rizzo in the 6th. He flied to right, then singled and scored in the 8th, so 1 for 2. Had a couple of hits in last night's game, or yesterday's game. Lines that one back on 1 hop to second base. Flipped by Elvis to second for 1. Diome to first. Did not get him at first base. So it's a fielder's choice. Ball was not hit super hard. And Roth will go to first base, take the place of Caleb Ford. With 1 out, bring up Evan Mertz. Couple strikeouts, a single and a walk for Evan Mertz. He scored a run. He's driven 1 in. He comes to us out of Sonoma State University, left-handed hitting left fielder. Throw to first base, and Roth is back in. Williams pitches high for a ball. 2-0 to Evan Mertz. Williams comes to us out of San Jose, California, and William Jessup University. He's got a little rooting section here with some Jessup players. That's fouled off by Evan Mertz. Scooped up in the on-deck circle by Adrian Ruiz, who waits his turn somewhat patiently. Off-speed pitch is fouled off, so it's 1-2 now on Evan Mertz. Said 2-2 there for a while on the scoreboard. I think that was left over for when it went blank. It came back and went all crazy. So it's 1-2. Fastball misses. Did he swing? Yes, he did. Called out by the field umpire. Punches out Mertz, saying he went around on the swing. It's a strikeout for Williams, his first of the day. 2 outs now in the inning, and here's Adrian Ruiz. Ruiz has singled, struck out, grounded out, and walked. 1 for 3, 3 for 8 in the series, Adrian Ruiz out of College of Marin. Finds the corner with that off-speed pitch for a strike, 0-1. Williams tries first base again. Ty McGraw not even applying the tag. He's just a precautionary measure just to keep you close. Not trying to get you out. We just want to keep you close. Williams misses with that one. Evens the count up at 1-1 on Ruiz. He's followed by Braden Coletti. Or Coletto. Braden Coletto. Batting in the Lencioni spot. 1-1 is chopped foul down the first base line toward the Potter dugout. Scatters a couple of guys. It's 1-2 on Ruiz as Evan Williams trying to close the door on the Knicks here in the top of the ninth. Give his team a chance to come back and tie this one or take the W away in the bottom of the ninth. Potters will have Hanson, Lavin, and Russell. Fastball right down the middle, call strike 3. So no runs on a hit. They left one. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Potters. They trail it 7-6.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Potters trailing it by 1. Cal Elvis, I forgot Cal Elvis came on at second base for Jake Lavin, so Cal Elvis will start us off after Jason Hanson is what I meant to say. Jason Hanson's first, and then Cal Elvis, and then Tristan Russell. I knew I meant to say that. Hanson takes high for a ball. Ground out, single, strikeout, fly out for Jason Hanson, so 1 for 4 for the third baseman from UC Davis out of Roseville, California. Aguilar still on the mound for his second inning of work. Hudson Sadler, I believe, is the pitcher of record for the Knicks. He's trying to get the win, and Aguilar would get the save if that's the way it works out. Fastball right down the middle. Two balls and 1 strike. Hit sharply down to third, gobbled up at third by Ford across the diamond and got him at first base by a step. Hit hard by Jason Hanson, but right at Trent Ford at third base. 1 out, and here is Cal Elvis, who came on for Jake Lavin. Lavin was 2 for 3 while he was in there. Had an RBI back in the first inning, so here's Cal Elvis for his first appearance. Lavin also a walk. Singled in the first, struck out in the third, singled in the fifth, walked in the seventh, and was tagged out after he stole third and came off the bag. Popped up by Cal Elvis, out of play. Out of Vacaville, California. University of California at San Diego. The Let's Go Potters chant is resounding through the stands. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Might have been Aguilar's fastest pitch, 82 miles an hour. Threw it right by Cal Elvis. So it is 0-2. Popped up, out of play. Elvis with his first appearance at the plate in this one. He was 3 for 7 coming in with a couple hits on Friday and one yesterday. Takes that one a little bit too high, pretty close. One ball, 2 strikes on Elvis. That one is inside as well and a little bit high. 2-2. Tristan Russell, the hero of yesterday's game, on deck. Batting from the right side, in which he had his home run yesterday. Chopper over the mound, cut off by the shortstop Ford, over to first. Nice play, Caleb Ford, and the Knicks are 1 out away from getting their first win of the season. They scored 7 runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings to come back from a 5-1 deficit. Actually, they were down 5-1 after 6, and they scored 6 runs in the next 2 innings. Potters did get 1 in the 7th, but here's Tristan Russell. Last hope for the Potters here before Ryan Villanueva is scheduled next. Russell has struck out, flied to center twice, and walked. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Aguilar. Oh and 1 now. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Russell takes it's in there for a strike, 1-2. So down to the last strike. The last strike guy can't help you now because it's on the other side. 1-2. Popped out of play. Russell stays alive for another pitch. One and 2. Aguilar, the left-hander, against the right-handed, in this case, Tristan Russell. Breaking ball's chopped down to third, handled over there by Ford. Across the diamond, it's a little high, but it's pulled in at first base by Coletto, and the Knicks get the win. Aguilar with the save. Hunter Sadler gets the win. Our final score, the Knicks 7 and the Potters 6. The Potters return to action on Wednesday, but got to mention, kind of wasted the effort. Eric Vassar was fantastic for the Potters. Starting pitcher went 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 7. So a great effort by Eric Vassar, but give credit to the comeback power of the Knicks, scoring 3 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th, and Elijah Aguilar gets the save, and the Knicks win this one 7-6. Wednesday, 6:35, the Potters take on the South Bay Storm. We'll be right here on Lincoln Potters Baseball on YouTube or Stones Broadcast Networks on YouTube. We urge you to follow and subscribe to both. You'll never miss a Potters game. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, for Riley the Engineer, for Stones McCoy, and everybody in the booth, we say thanks for watching. We will see you next time.